Apocalypse might be able to tell you. Apocalypse, I don't think you mentioned earlier, what are your favorite strains? And what, if you're not afraid to get this personal, what specifically do they help you with? Valerie, I've psychosis and hallucinations. I hadn't heard about that. I'm not sure who's having that kind of reaction. But for all I know, they could be buying some shit at what they call a head shop, and it could be mixed with bath salts. You just want to get it from a reputable vendor that's just crushing up the leaf of the tree and sending it to you in a baggie. That's it. Now, as far as ways to take it, some of you guys are not going to be impressed with the taste, and Apocalypse warned me about this. It is a leaf. You're eating a leaf. So I like what's called the T&W method, toss and wash, because it's quick. So I take a level teaspoonful, put it in my mouth, and then I get something to drink, whether it's like, you don't want to drink something real hot, obviously, because you need a lot of liquid to dilute that. So I'll use lukewarm coffee or something else. Now, if you'd rather mix it with something, you can use it like tea. You can put it in a bag, if you've got one of those filter bags, put it in that and just let it sit in hot water, drink it like that. Or if you want to just mix it in a drink, the only way I've been able to do it where you can't taste the kratom at all is I used orange juice, put the kratom in, and it was a big glass, so I used 2 level teaspoons in that because I was taking my whole dose. And then I squirted in some Mio Black Cherry. The Mio concentrated drink mix. Could not taste the kratom at all. Didn't even know it was there. The thing about that, though, is you have to mix it for a long time because this powder is not friendly to cold beverages. It wants to settle to the bottom. So it's, I don't know, maybe it's the way they blend it, maybe they don't get it fine enough, but generally you're going to end up with some in the bottom, and then you're going to have to stir that up again, so you're going to be dealing with that. In Newport, way down that road, whose name I can't remember now. Yeah, I don't remember the name either, but it was it's probably much bigger now, Al Snowmobile. And in fact, when they used, I told you I was kind of a writer, and I wrote the commercials for them, the radio commercials they would do, and then I would write the scripts, and they would go read them. In Vermont, when you have a job, you always wear more than one hat. There's just not that many people up there. So I was the IT guy and the commercial script guy. Yeah. I didn't know shit about snowmobiles, although I got my first one while I was up there. Yep, got me a brand new Polaris. I do miss that, but God, that thing will beat your ass if you have a bad back. Let's see. Apocalypse orders from overseas. Sometimes I order stateside. If you, it is pretty spot on good. Okay, I didn't know about this website. So Erowid, EROWID. I'm going to share this link, since some of you guys listening are not in chat and you're going to wonder what we're talking about. I'll share this link on the Facebook page that Mr. Dembski just shared. There we go. More kratom information. You want to get it from reputable sites, because you have to remember, big pharma and even some doctors will have, they're going to want to, first of all, either they're afraid that they're going to lose business, or they don't know enough about it. So what's the natural reaction? Fear, disbelief, suspicion. What's that? This has been taken for thousands of years to handle various illnesses and pains, and it works. It works. That's the most impressive thing about it. I didn't think it would work when I first tried it. I said, it's a fucking leaf. And you don't smoke it? Well, how's it going to work? But it does. It is incredibly unfair to try to categorize kratom in with bath salts or some bullshit like that. Because it's just not. It's just a leaf. These bath salts, these synthetics, you're playing with black powder there, essentially, with your body. But this is a leaf. It's a leaf. Just like the cat family loves to eat mint leaves because it helps soothe their stomach, there are natural remedies to just about every disability out there. I always thought there is no natural remedy that's going to be able to handle my pain in my back. Nothing. It's going to have to be something prescription, something strong. And I was surprised. Yeah. Yeah, the taste is pretty it's not really nasty. It just tastes like a leaf. You know what I did to get ready for it? Just like I told Apocalypse I was going to do? I went out and chewed on some oak leaves. I did. I chewed on some to see how nasty it was. It was incredibly nasty. And but I was ready for it by then. Sweet Smiles, let's see. I saw on one website it makes you more talkative and sociable. Could this possibly be used for social anxiety? Yes, I think so, Val. This is one of the things we mentioned earlier in the show. There are some people that take it strictly for that, because talkative, not so much for me. Once I'm done with my radio show, I don't talk. This is all my days talking condensed into 2 hours. But being willing to go out and be among other people when normally you're the kind of person who just isn't comfortable doing that, yeah, it does. I think it, depending on which strain you take and your normal biology and chemistry inside your body, biochemistry, if you will, it's going to make you more sociable, because anything that reduces anxiety is going to add to the sociability factor. You know, you're going to feel more comfortable around groups, and it doesn't make you stupid or make your reactions slow down like some other things that you might take for those same problems would do, especially if they're from big pharma. But like I said, you know, you want to start off with a small dose. You want to make sure you read up on, get the strain that is correct for your issue. And, you know, a lot of places like, what's one of the good sites? Oh, there's one site called MMM Speciosa. I think that's what it's called. Let me see if I can find that. First of all, let me share the site I get mine from, which I very much trust and like, and is incredibly affordable compared to others. Let me make sure this comes up correctly. No, that's not what I wanted. Let's try this. I always get the website wrong. K-where? Oh, it's .com, not .net. My bad. Okay. This is where you want to go. Yeah, Hybrid MD. That's the new one that he got in, and I just started taking that today. Pretty impressive stuff. Did a pretty good bit for my energy, because I've only had like one mug of coffee. Let me back up. I've slept about 4 hours in the past 3 days. And then, because, you know, I was running out of microatom anyway, so I started taking lower doses of it, which naturally the pain level rises, so I wasn't sleeping hardly at all. And then when I got this back in, I was able to go back to my 3 to 5 grams per dose. And one of the ones he sent was Hybrid MD, so that's Hybrid Mangda. And I don't even know what the other thing is in the plant that he adds, but it's some other strain. I'm going to share this website here. Apocalypse, feel free to share your websites that you like to order from. And I'm also going to share, so this is my go-to. And then I'll tell you one I'm very impressed with as far as the way he treats people and the quality of his product. And hope I'm getting this right. The guy's name, I believe, is Ken. Yeah, this is one, and this is where you can get the Tawatua Endo for pain. Now, I'm not saying the others don't help with pain. They do, but this one seems to be one of the best for pain relief. So I'll share that in the chat room as well. And I'll share both of these on the Facebook announcement for the page. Yeah, Paul, a lot of people do use different strains for different time of day. They sure do. People have a morning dose and an evening dose. Yeah. Yeah, keep that in mind. Just like Apocalypse said, there are people interested in you not taking anything natural because they want to get you the pills. But I'm not suggesting that nobody's ever had a problem with kratom. I mean, maybe it's mixed with something and it didn't do them well, but 95% of everything I read about it is positive. Try to duplicate that with any drug. See how it works out. Yeah, Todd Baker's the guy over there, Paul. Ask for Todd Baker. Tell him Kevin sent you from Truth on Tap. He will be happy to hear it. This M. Speciosa, the guy's name's Ken. He's got a really high quality product, a little bit more expensive. but I think they blend them more like in a blender to get the powder very fine. So yeah, you can also mix the strains to match what you need. So like Paul was saying earlier, you may have an energy strain like a Mang Da or any of the green or white, I believe they call them veins, green vein endo, white vein endo. Those are going to be more for your energy, but they're not probably not going to do much for you pain-wise or anxiety-wise, anything like that. Then you get your darker stuff like your Tawa endo or Bali. That's going to work better on your pain and stuff. But it may not be energizing and maybe even sedating, especially if you get into like the red vein Thai. That is particularly sedating. It helps people with severe social anxiety, stuff like that. So you get to read about these, figure out what you like. You may find that you want to mix a little bit of red vein Thai, but not just take that, mix it with a little bit of Bali. So now you're getting a nullifying sense of a little bit of social anxiety relief and a little bit of maybe a little bit of something to help you sleep, you know, which people do use the red vein stuff for. So it is kind of a mix and match thing. You kind of do what you think. But for me, once you find one or two that work for you, I say stick with them. Because you can try. Like if you order from Ken at Specioso, he's going to send you 3 or 4 samples of different types for you to try on top of what you ordered. So keep that in mind too. And then you may stumble onto one that works for you in a special way. But as far as price and quality, best combination goes, Todd over at K Warehouse is the way to go. So let me go share this on the Facebook announcement as well, since we're talking about kratom. Well, let's see, this is mspeciosa.com, and I'm looking for kratom warehouse. There it is, k-warehouse.com. Put that one in there as well. So on the Facebook page for this show, if you're coming in late, you may want to listen to the whole podcast once we're done recording. On the Facebook page, though, you will see a lot of references, a lot of links to sites that we're talking about and trusting. And I don't know if Apocalypse is going to share his distributor. If he does, I'll share that link as well. I'm going to give you options. Make sure you read up on it. We cannot recommend that you take anything at all. But if you're going to try something like this, you may find that it's a great alternative to pharmaceuticals. So the Facebook page for the show you're listening to right now, which will have this announcement and all the links, is facebook.com/TruthOnTapShow. Don't forget the show. TOTS is an easy way to remember it. Facebook.com/TruthOnTapShow. You'll see the show announcement there, as well as all the links in the comments that I've talked about. You're listening to Truth on Tap. Host Kevin A. Kierstead on an interim computer, a computer that is very sad and powerless, much like Droopy would be if he were a computer. But it's getting me online, and I wanted to do a show to keep, to stay, what's the word Floyd Mayweather likes to use? To stay relevant. Yeah, I'm relevant. And I will be getting a new computer eventually. I'm taking donations for that. The donations link's also on the Facebook page. And we have already had some donating going on. So that's some kick-ass stuff. Open Thinking Dude podcast. I believe that's Matt. What's up, Matt? It didn't screw up either, unlike the Vicodins, which screw them up. Affecting organs such as the liver or kidney. I haven't heard about that, Val, but if you're reading something, I would definitely, read up on it. Make sure you're getting it from a good source. Green Malaysian is considered middle of the road, and if you mix them with whites or reds, they last a little longer as well. I did not know that. Okay. Green Malaysian. When you say Malaysian, what do you mean by that, Apocalypse? Is that what Mang Da is? Is that Malaysian? So you could put like a green vein endo and a white vein endo together, and it would extend the relief of the plant. I guess working with MH patients, I see people on so many pills, it's crazy. It would be nice to see something natural and less expensive. Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about, Valerie, is what will happen is demand's going to go up because word is spreading pretty fast about this, plant that has been used for thousands of years, but no one was talking about except, people in Thailand or whatever. And so demand is going to rise quickly. and that may cause a price increase. But other than that, there's nothing to worry about. You can grow your own. You can grow your own trees, and it's a process, and depending